Welcome to For the Win. I'm Jacqueline Ferris with Avon Molinar. Avon, we made it to Thursday.
Bless
Bless
is
sports
right.
fans. Because some sports fans are waking up, I'd say, happy. And some, I'd say, a lot are waking up a little disappointed.
Well, Jacqueline, how are you feeling then?
Honestly, it's a mixed bag because I'm a little disappointed the Thunder lost. No lie.
This is a sad day. But
they did play one of the best teams in the league right now.
Clash the Titans. And also, it's one of the days that every NFL fan is looking forward to. It's Combine Day.
If you scoot your head like an inch the other way, you can't see it. It's back there. We were watching it on the TV above our desk. It's really fun. It's one of my favorite days. I love Combine Day.
Good, as you should.
So that's why I'm like, it's a mixed bag. A little excitement, a little disappointment in OKC.
It'd be like that sometimes, Jacqueline. We can't win them all, can we?
No, definitely not. But we can talk about SGA may or may not be in or out of the MVP race. What's this about?
So, this is where things get a little funky, okay?
I'd say it gets a little hairy, a little gray.
Yeah. So, back in 2023, the 2023-2024 season, the NBA initiated this rule called the 65-game rule, which means that NBA players have to have a minimum of 65 games played in order to even be in contention for the MVP race. Okay. So right now, SGA is, as of like when they last put in the stats for this, with the wins points, I believe it's weekly. He's leading the charge, and this little graphic I'm about to pop up here real quick shows that. So SGA is leading that charge. He's got 930 MVP points, but he's missed 11 games. If you don't play 17 games or more, you're out of the race. You're out of MVP contention. So like Jokic, if he misses one or two more games, he's out of there.
And honestly, that seems hard to do.
Especially, Shea's going to miss at least 12 games.
Right.
And they still have 20-plus games to play.
A whole lot of season left. Whole lot of season left.
Victor Wembanyama has technically missed 14 including the NBA Cup.
And do they count Cup? Is Cup included in this?
It gets complicated.
Get it grayer there?
It's kind of gray there, too. Realistically, it's 13. I don't think they're normally counting the Cup, but I guess it depends on who you ask. Luka Doncic has missed 12 games. All these high-caliber players are, I guess, taking breaks a little bit, trying to manage that. They call it load management. That's why they put this league in, this rule in, but it gets a little hairy. But then you have players like Cade Cunningham, who have only missed 6 games, and he's been on a tear recently. So the question is, because there's been a lot of backlash for this rule, is this working? And what could we see? And we understand why the rule's there, but how can we either tweak the rule, or do we need to just abolish it altogether?
Or are we going to see some real surprising MVP award winners who some would say are not deserving?
Do you have someone in mind?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't know at all. But if we are if we have a cap on absences, just like school, grade school, so many absences you can't graduate.
That's a really good analogy for that, actually.
Thank you.
I didn't even think about that.
Thank you. It's just like that. So let's say you're not making it to class. 17 absences is all you can have.
Right.
Or you can't be the valedictorian,
that's
basically.
That's a lot of absences to begin with.
So I kind of like the rule. I kind of like it.
Because a lot of people don't.
But I think it is going to take at least a season, maybe 2, to see it kind of shake things out, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair. It's just it gets a little hairy.
I do think I hope I'm shocked in seeing SGA not have 17 outs.
Well, here's the thing.
I hope I'm shocked.
Unfortunately, with the way his injury is right now,
that's why I'm like, Cade Cunningham could be the man.
He could, and
that's
why I wanted to bring this up, because we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
That I just mentioned it, but I was like, we should probably delve into this more, because several articles came out over the last week alone talking about hey, this is where the MVP polling is right now. This is how many points these people have. But does this rule actually work? Is it actually keeping in the effort that these people are putting in, or should we just get rid of it altogether? And
I think this is
the best player
more
wins.
of Adam Silver and back of house cleaning up the NBA, tightening the shoelaces a bit.
Mm-hmm.
The league is aged, and sometimes you got to do a little housekeeping.
But then also, does this affect the tanking movement?
But that's what I was going to say. I think this is also connected to the tanking movement. I think they go hand in hand. I think it's a backstop, an extra. Okay, you know what? If you find a loophole for the tanking, but there's also this. So no matter what, you're either playing or like they're just trying to clean house.
Yeah, that's fair. Think? It's just it's hard because
it's basically more of the same rule.
My other kind of concern is if they have this rule, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your best player who garners a lot of money for you because people get his merchandise and all that stuff also affect where your draft stock is. Those two do go hand in hand, but it's also it gets a little weird because
But maybe this just makes it to where the real MVP rises to the top because if you're sitting out a bunch of games because you're hurt.
True.
Because you're keeping your.
But does that really define the best player, the most valuable player? Then, I mean,
not necessarily.
That's where it gets fuzzy, right?
That's where it gets fuzzy.
It gets a little fuzzy. It's a little difficult to comprehend.
I really like this though.
Exactly.
I do. I like that. I like that they're tightening up the bootstraps a bit. Rules are rules. They're going to go into place. Some people hate them. But let's take a break, and when we come back, we will talk more Thunder basketball. Welcome back to For the Win. I'm Jacqueline Ferris with Avon Molinar. Avon.
Yeah.
The Oklahoma City Thunder played last night. They played the Pistons. It wasn't the game they had hoped for.
No, but when you have a clash of the Titans, Jacqueline, number one in the West versus number one in the East.
It can happen this way.
Battles. You gotta go one battle at a time. As I said, in our last segment, Cade Cunningham went on a tear. He had 29 points, 13 assists. Jalen Duren also had 29 points and 15 rebounds. Now, were we still shorthanded? Yes. But you still have to be able to compete.
I don't want to call it shorthanded. I'm just, some key players were out.
Isn't that by definition shorthanded?
I don't know. Shorthanded makes it sound but I don't think it's the same.
No, that's fair. Okay. That's fair.
Because we still
scored 116 points. Yeah.
It's not like we were looking at the bench saying there's no one to pull from.
Yeah. Started the game without 5 of our top scorers. SGA, iHeart, Chet, AJ Mitchell, and Dub. So
basically the starting lineup was...
So we were shorthanded.
Yes,
we were
fine. I'll let you be right, Avery.
Yes.
I was just trying to be nice. But jeez, that was really rough. That was really rough for them, huh?
Yes, just a little rough. But once again, the Pistons are good.
Yes.
Led by Cade Cunningham, who's been averaging ridiculous numbers recently, it seems like. That's why he's one of the top candidates for this MVP race right now. He's been dropping dimes, scoring, doing his thing. I honestly, Jacqueline, would... And there's just a little bit of, he's an Okie. He's an Oklahoma State graduate.
Yeah, it's so pretty obvious that you feel loyal and true with him,
I kind of have to. I feel like I'm obligated to in that regard. But it's also... He has been playing to a point where he might deserve it.
Well.
Yeah, exactly. It really helps benefit us. But tomorrow night, actually.
Okay, where are we going?
Thunder come back here.
Home. Let's go home.
But we do play the Denver Nuggets.
Wow. Man.
Are you going to the games? Are you
not.
No?
At least, honestly, I don't think so.
Okay, that's fair. I'm just curious.
I don't think so. I honestly, for 5 seconds, was like, I need to check my calendar because I don't know.
Because you might. Who knows?
I might. But that's actually a game I would like to go to.
Yeah.
If I'm being
maybe
honest.
You should go get because you're going to be. Well, I guess I don't know. I don't know what you're doing this weekend.
Probably busy.
Probably very busy. So you could go catch the game if you wanted to.
Yes, and I do like Friday night games.
You do.
I do.
You're a big fan of those.
Yes.
The energy, the atmosphere at the halftime show.
Not the halftime show.
Not the halftime show, not anymore.
Definitely the energy.
Okay, so going into Denver, we'll talk about it more tomorrow.
Okay.
But let's preview the preview of this game.
Okay. What do you have for me?
I was going to ask you, what do you think what we should do going?
Well, honestly, I'm honestly a bit concerned because if we have a repeat of the absences, because let's just keep it grade school. If people are out of class, I think that we're gonna have another hard game.
That's fair.
Because Denver has played consistently, and that consistency can be hard for OKC. When we are, if we're dealing with the absences you mentioned for when we played last night, that's gonna be hard.
And maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe Nikola Jokic will have to sit out again. That would also eliminate now. Unfortunately for him, that would eliminate him from that MVP race. But maybe we'll get lucky because he's a force to be reckoned with, and nobody likes playing against him.
That's my biggest concern is if we can have him take a little city sit, the game. I'm feeling a lot more confident. But these injuries are plaguing us. I understand it. It's been a long go. But let's take a break here, and when we come back, college basketball. How about it?
Okay.
Welcome back to For the Win. I'm Jacqueline Ferris with Avon Molinar. And Avon, I don't know if you know this, but it's senior night tonight for the Sooner Lady basketball program.
Hey, good for them. Who are we celebrating?
They're seniors.
Touche. Okay. Reagan Beers, Beatrice Culleton, and Peyton Verhulst will be celebrated in tonight's game. And
do you think, like...
I wasn't ready for that at all. Sorry, they caught me really off guard.
You caught me off guard, dude. But how do you think they'll celebrate that? I honestly have never been to a senior night. I assume families will be there to celebrate.
Yeah. Well,
I'd love a confetti cannon if I'm being honest.
Probably will happen. They'll all come out around halftime or so, and or actually they'll probably do it pregame. They'll probably celebrate pregame with them, then get into the game because that's what at least that's what they do for
everyone's
football.
There for.
Yeah,
if we're being honest, the game.
Yeah. So they'll probably come around probably before game. Give them the flowers as they do.
That's what I'm expecting to
hand
see.
out flowers.
Some roses passed.
Maybe like a plaque with their name on it or something like that. But it should be. I hate to be this guy, but it should be SEC-wise should be a relatively easy game.
I mean,
the
but
Arkansas women's.
Isn't that the point to pick? Like, I'm sorry, I'm totally deviating the conversation here, but recently I think you and I squabbled because I was just shooketh that a program would pick their homecoming and or senior night on a game where they were going to,
listen,
put in the closet.
No, I get it, but
I'm so glad
this is SEC basketball. It should be better standard than this isn't high school anymore.
I think the Sooners will do just fine tonight.
Well, considering that the Razorbacks are somehow 0-14 in the SEC,
so I think it'll be a great time for them to shine.
I think they'll be okay.
Yeah,
I think they'll be okay. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't really know.
We've been real wrong on some.
Maybe the Razorbacks
games.
will hear us and be like, "That guy Avon right there." He's wrong. Let's prove him wrong. And then they'll just drop like 120 on the Sooners somehow. And then
I don't think that's going to happen.
It's going to happen either.
I don't think it either.
But
I do absolutely love that senior nights tonight. That's very cool. Did you know that it's the 20th all-time meeting between Oklahoma and Arkansas?
I did
tonight?
not know that. I did know that the last time that the Razorbacks played the Sooners, though, the Sooners beat them by 40. It was 94-54 last season.
That's really insulting.
Yeah. Reagan Beers had 30 in that game. Maybe she'll increase it on our senior night, go to 40, 35, 40. See how much of
with the lead like that,
hurt they could put on them.
They would maybe even let you shoot a little bit.
Hey, whoa. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
Oh, what time's the game tonight, though? I'm looking here myself.
I thought I put that on there.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you.
I did not. I'm pretty sure it's at 6:30.
That sounds like a good time. But what do you have for the Cowgirls? We have a little
recap real quick. A dub's a dub.
Hey, we'll take that, right?
88-77 against the Cyclones last night. some good play there. There's some good play there. The Cowgirls, with that conference run, improved to 22-8 on the season. They're going 11-6 in Big 12 play, and we just love to see it around here. I mean, there's been some beef between these programs as of recent.
I like that though.
Yeah.
I like it when
big fan of beef.
Yeah, I do.
Understandable.
Because it makes the ball a little more exciting.
Yeah, and now that this is a clean sweep on the season, Audie Crooks and the Cyclones will probably not see this Cowgirl team again for a while, hopefully speaking, unless they make it to the tournament, but who knows how it's going to pan out.
Well, that'll do. Let's take a quick break here, Avon, and when we come back, we're finally going to chat the Combine. Welcome back to For the Win, sports fans. I'm Jacqueline Ferris with Avon Molinar. Avon, we've covered college basketball, Thunder basketball. We love the NBA. Let's go ahead and talk the NFL because you know that's my absolute favorite, and it's the Combine.
So excited. I love seeing this displays of speed and strength.
Me too. It's like Gladiator, but better.
Exactly. But better. I was going to say something, but I don't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. I didn't have any words.
I seriously love it. It's like the ultimate. I don't know if they did this when you were in PE, but the presidential test.
Oh, the presidential fitness test?
Yes, yeah. It's like the ultimate presidential fitness test.
The fitness pacer test, isn't it?
Do you think they have to do the toe stretch where you reach, touch your toes? Because they seriously do have to do...
No, because they're way more flexible than we are. Let's be real. Even the linemen are way more flexible than we are.
I don't know.
I can touch my toes, but... My goodness.
So what do we have here? Because some of these guys can probably definitely touch their toes.
Oh, for sure. Okay. So starting off, everyone's favorite, 40-yard dash. And we're just going to go through and list off realistically all the record holders.
Okay.
Just so people, inspire these athletes a little bit to see what they could achieve. So 2 years ago, Xavier Worthy broke the 40-yard dash record with a 4.21 40-yard dash. That record was previously set by John Ross, who had a 4.22. The broad jump was set by Byron Jones. Mm-hmm. He jumped, 147 inches. That's 12 feet 3 inches.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
That is incredible. Gerald Sensabaugh from North Carolina jumped 46 inches in the vertical. Oh. That's a huge vertical. Yeah. Nearly 4 foot. That's like a toddler, essentially.
Yeah.
And the 3-cone drill, so basically that little L they have. Jordan Thomas from Oklahoma ran a 6.28. Which is really fast. And the bench press, this is the more recent breaker. Like he's an active player within the last 20 years.
And this is the one, bench press is the one I feel like we see a lot of reels.
Mm-hmm, you definitely do.
Online of people doing this in the combine.
You definitely do
bench press and the sprint.
Yeah. So 2011, Stephen Paea, I don't know how to pronounce it, Paea.
Okay.
It's complicated. From Oregon State had 59 reps.
Oh, wow.
But that's for an active player. Now, technically, the record is 51 from Justin. I can't remember his name, but he played in the 90s. So he...
Some of that old strength.
Exactly. Dante Robinson had the 20-yard shuttle. That was 3.75, which is really fast because he's just going then out. Like, it's kind of crazy work. And my question was going to be, Jacqueline, which one do you think you'd thrive in?
Well, definitely not any dashing. I'm not dashing anywhere.
Okay. I feel that.
But it would definitely have to be, if there was an agility, some sort of deal, touching the toes, anything like that,
okay.
I would get aces. I think if I worked up to the long jump.
Fair enough.
I'm not real tall.
I'd also probably go vertical.
It would be vertical.
Mine would be vertical, but Jacqueline,
and that's where you touch and reach.
Yep.
But I think we've reached the end of our show, Avon. So we do got to go. We'll see you back here tomorrow for another episode of For the Win.